Kevin, just because the Saints won one game, you need to stay engaged with this team. Big game. Focus on the Oompa Loompa quarterback, Bryce Young. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to Saints Happy Hour podcast. We always have a source.
Dave remains quiet because he continues to search for that he can't find.
Oh, what did Nola Fredo say?
Yeah, try to get saved by Nola Fredo. That's a great strategy.
Now grab a drink and enjoy the show.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. As always, we are brought to you by Hard Hide, Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey, and Chilton County Peach Whiskey. It's that time of week where we do a Saints preview. We preview who they're playing. This week, it's the Carolina Panthers, and we do a little mailbag segment. I got Kevin with me. I got Dave with me. I got Thomas running the show back in Poland. I am drunk AF, just so you know. Dave, the Saints are playing the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers are 2.5-point favorites in this football game.
It's disrespectful. At home.
Disrespectful to who? Carolina or the Saints?
For the Saints, we're home and we're not even favored. Did they see Shuck? Did they see Shuck this week?
The interesting thing with the Panthers is they are 7-6, but they are minus 50 in point differential. So
really,
they really are like if you go by point differential, they're like a 5-win team.
You're saying the word 5 that starts with an F. I'm wondering, could you call them another word that starts with an F, maybe?
Fraud? Failure?
Would you say fraud? Fraud? Would you say fraud?
I mean, I
don't know. I'm not saying they're a fraud. I'm not saying that they're a fraud. I'm just saying could you make that argument that maybe they've punched a little bit above their weight class and they've gotten a little lucky. And they've won some games, maybe. But then again, I don't know, because then again, they've lost to us. They've already have one loss to us.
That's right.
I think so. That's what I don't get. It's crazy to me, and that's my main point. Is I think that's what's scary about the Panthers is honestly, week in, week out, you have no idea what you're going to get. Are you going to get a team that's going to come out and beat the LA Rams, who most people were saying was the best team in the NFC and maybe even the best team in the league? Or are they going to be the team that comes out and loses to the New Orleans Saints, who only have a win or 2 wins or whatever whenever we play them? Like, that's crazy.
Not only did they lose,
they are crazy.
And not only did they lose to the Saints stomped them out. Like, the Saints dominate. Like the Tampa game was basically kind of like a coin flip, right? The Giants game for the Saints. Party. Yeah. Carolina, the Saints they crushed them, like the Saints. It was 17-7, but if the Saints would have needed another touchdown late, they would have got it. And if not for a bogus roughing the passer penalty, Carolina wouldn't have scored at all. So they're going to be focused. They're going to be ready. Carolina's they're I would say, weird. Every year
they are totally weird.
They're the don't you dare gamble on the Carolina Panthers. They are schizophrenic. Kevin, I would say there's no more. You have no idea what team is going to show up week to week than the Carolina Panthers. Is that fair?
Yes, I'm eating chocolate right now. I've turned into Dave all of a sudden.
Wait. First of all, I love that Ralph has zero presence and doesn't see that Kevin's eating chocolate and throws to him immediately mid-bite. And then also, why are you eating chocolate? Yes, this is what's going on. Is it high protein chocolate?
No, it's just
what happened to the chicken and rice?
I ate the chicken earlier during the main show. The chocolate.
Dessert time.
The French lady likes chocolate. I brought her some chocolate.
Crepe.
She didn't like the chocolate that I brought her, so I just had to take it home with me.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
That's all.
Oh, she didn't like the chocolate that you bought her. Oh, that's in. Oh, mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
You bought the
Yeah.
cheap shit, didn't you? You see, you
Yeah,
can't.
I bought Hershey. She doesn't like Hershey.
You can't. Oh man, you can't. Yeah, you can't cheap out on chocolate. Chocolate's like it's important. Like there's apparently there's fake chocolate. You can buy that fake chocolate bullshit, and it's not real chocolate. And apparently it's a faux pas. A faux pas. If I may use a French term.
I gotta say those new M&M honey peanuts are
What are
incredible.
those? What the hell? What are those? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Peanut
Honey
M&Ms,
peanuts,
but
okay.
Where are they putting honey?
They're
in
honey
them?
peanuts. It's incredible.
Honey. Oh, like honey
Long.
roasted peanuts.
Yeah, it's like a honey roasted peanut
okay.
M&M.
Oh, that's interesting. Honestly, it's so kind of surprised how long it's taken them to come out with that. This is the first time
Yeah,
they've
it
ever
is.
come out with that.
Like you think like
I mean,
some
the peanut
intern
M&M, you've had
probably.
it for like 20 years, 30 years, however long it's been. Like you never thought, hey, what if we do a different peanut inside there?
Sorry, some intern thought of that, and some vice
Yeah.
president took the credit, and he's going to get promoted.
We have to accidentally come up with nerd clusters. Like after trying 30 different things, we fall ass backwards into nerd clusters, but nobody thinks to just, hey, put a honey roasted peanut into a normal peanut M&M. Good Lord.
That's right.
These people, and they're making millions and millions of dollars.
That's right. Kevin.
I came up with 2 lane versus no lane for crying out loud.
Yeah. Or did you come up with it, or did you steal it from?
No, I didn't. No, it was AI. It was AI. I saw somebody post it on Facebook, and I think it was. I think they
Suck on this,
they took it from
bitch.
AI.
Kevin.
But I chose the fonts. I chose the fonts.
Oh yeah, he chose. I'm surprised you didn't put Lane's face on there. That would have been
No,
like angry.
We don't want to overdo it. We don't want to do it. I want to be tasteful.
Kevin.
Let's see how many of those are on the Grove on December 20th.
Kevin, I got a theory with the Saints, and you're a vibes guy. I think this is right up your alley. As I've watched Tyler Shuck for 4 games, right? Or he started 5, right? So he's got 4 more starts. I've come to the conclusion that, and this isn't necessarily a good thing for the Saints, they are very Shuck dependent on offense. Like in the Tampa game, he was making the runs and the touchdown. He was making the throws. Like they need him to be good. He can't just be a passenger and like play so. Like he's got to be good and the reason they win in these games. Is that, I mean, it's kind of unfair to put that on a rookie quarterback, but I feel like that's where we are with the Saints team.
Like the offense is bad. Third down offense.
Mm-hmm.
Their third down offense might be their best stat, and they're ranked 20th in the league in that. Red zone offense, they're still dead last.
They're still
what is this? Scoring offense, points per game, they're 3rd from the bottom. They are 5th from the bottom in rushing offense.
Mm-hmm.
Passing offense, they're ranked 21st. They still have an average 200 yards a game. Passing touchdowns, they've only scored 13. That is, they've got, I think, just still 2 teams ahead of them, or 2 teams worse than them sorry about that. They've got the Titans and the Falcons that are worse than them. They're currently tied with the Jets as well. But, like, the offense overall, bad. So, yes, they don't have enough playmakers. The rushing game is in dire straits. So, having a quarterback that can make something out of nothing and get a slight spark is very much needed. Is this team good enough to win if Tyler Shuck plays bad or poor or mediocre? Absolutely not. Is this team good enough to win if Tyler Shuck has an average game? Also no. Tyler Shuck has to be above average to good for this team for this team to have a chance at winning.
Dave,
I don't know if that's true. I think it depends on the opponent. I think they could beat the Jets if Tyler Shuck just plays mediocre, and the defense comes and plays.
maybe
comes out
maybe the
and plays or whatever.
Titans.
Yeah,
I don't know that they
But
can
for the
beat
most part,
Carolina
I
though,
agree.
Dave. If he's mediocre.
No. Yeah. No.
Why do you think? Because the Saints defense hasn't been any great shakes, right? Why do you think Bryce Young is so god awful against the Saints, Dave?
What do you mean they haven't been any great shakes? I mean, I think the Saints defense.
I mean,
has
like the
been okay.
defense, like this year they're ranked like they've overachieved, but they're still like bottom half of the league. Even last year they were like bottom half of the league, and worse than that at the end of the year. And I mean, that was DA's last game, but I want to say, Kevin, in that game last year in Carolina, even though Carolina won, I want to say they had, I'll look at it. They had 246 yards of total offense. The Saints had 427 yards of total offense. The Saints ran for 197 yards and lost and didn't turn over the ball. How the fuck did that happen? But anyway, it's inexplicable. The Saints just wreck Carolina, and they've been wrecking Carolina for 2 or 3 years.
I don't know. Maybe we know their play calls and whatever. They haven't figured it out, and we're just secretly, we just get the jump on them when we need to. No, I do not know. I don't have a real answer for you. I have no idea. But again, Bryce Young. The only thing I would say is maybe, again, because the Panthers seem to be so wacky and so unpredictable. We've been not great these last couple of years, and that's when Bryce Young seems to not do the best. When Bryce Young is like Costanza. Everything that he does is and you got to do the opposite. And if you think Bryce Young, when Bryce Young plays the Rams and you think he's not going to do that great, he comes out and plays amazing and he's going to kick your team's ass. But when Bryce Young plays the Saints and they suck, he's going to underperform. And maybe it's a thing where he plays up or down to his whatever the level of his opponent is.
It's crazy. I mean, Kevin, when Bryce Young was so bad against the Saints last time, there was discussion that week of a lot of national podcasts. It's like, okay, the Bryce Young experiment, like, it's done. He's cooked. And they've turned it completely around, which is just incredible. But the question I want to ask you, Kevin, is before we get to the mailbag, listen, me and you, we were, I would say, aggressively negative towards the Vele trade. Would that be fair? Maybe even more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And like, that takes looking bad, and that's fine. Like, we don't want the Saints to give up high 4th round picks and have a terrible wide receiver. He's looking very good, and he's progressing. He was great against Miami. He was really good with some big catches against Tampa. My question to you, though, is there a world where he finishes so strong? And I don't know, like, what statistics that would be for you, but is there a world where he finishes so strong in these last 4 weeks where you sort of, in your draft, like, must, needs, and wants, and you're like, for the Saints, and you're drafting like what they have to have, could Vele be so good that you rearrange it and you bump receiver down on the needs ladder for the Saints?
No. The Saints and Vele would have to do things that we've gotten no indication that they are willing to do. Like, Vele would have to turn around. I'm looking up at his game log right now. He's had a 90-yard game. He would have to turn out 90-yard games the rest of the way. He would have to get 3-4 touchdowns. He'd have to basically double his production, more than double his production in the last 4 games of the season, yeah, more than double his production.
I think
his
this is
career.
a crazy. I think this is a crazy question. I think Bailey
Pele is
has
a
done the
number 3.
very bare minimum, and you're just excited that he's done anything these last few weeks, and you're just optimistic and hopeful. 3 weeks, whatever.
I'm just
Okay,
happy
but
that
like,
the 4th round pick, it looks like
No.
they didn't set it on fire.
exactly.
Right. He is a number 3. You're asking him to turn into a definitive number 2 in 4 weeks. It would be very unlikely for that to happen. But let's say he did. You're still dealing with the issue. You're still going to have to deal with the issue or reckon with the issue of, well, are we going to pay Chris Olave number 1 money or not? We still need a number 1. Unless the real question is Olave going to show up and be the number 1 that he's supposed to be or that he wants to get paid like? That's why wide receiver is going to be one of the main needs for the Saints in the offseason.
Yeah. Is there, Dave? I mean, we're getting such good vibes and the answers for the Saints. Is there something that you, besides take the quarterback out of it, is there something in these last 4 weeks that you could see that would make you feel even better going into 2026? And you can't say anything about the quarterback. It has to be something non-quarterback related.
Dave, you muted, I think. Hello?
Yeah, I think he's muted.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I really want to see. Hold on.
Dave's
really
checking
wanna
his
see
sales.
That new young running back.
I will reach to the team.
No. This is a Saints podcast. I want to see that breakout game from Audric Estime. I want to see like two touchdowns.
He had to double check his name.
It's hard. I want to make sure I get it right.
If Estime scores 2 touchdowns,
because you know what? Because Kamara's like I don't know how next year might be Kamara's farewell tour, and I'm happy with Devin Neal, but we're gonna need somebody behind Devin Neal, or possibly somebody to eclipse Devin Neal.
Yes,
and so. Yeah, right. So I'm a big Audric Estime fan this week anyway. And I really want to see what he can do for this week and then also beyond this week, but mostly this week.
Dave, to call it back to the OGs of the podcast, if Estime scores 2 touchdowns against the Panthers.
Yeah, are you going to ask me in my estimation?
Would he be officially your boyfriend? If he scores 2 touchdowns, would he replace Mark Ingram?
In my estimation,
yeah.
Would he replace my boyfriend? No. Let me tell you something. Mark Ingram. Right now, me and Estime. This is a fling. This is like me. This is like Kevin and the French woman.
You guys are still talking at the bar.
This is Kevin and the French woman. I'd like to remind you that at one point Kevin was married. Kevin had a long-term relationship and was officially married, and just like I was to Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram and I, you can't take that. You'll never replace that. Like you can't. I'll never forget that. There'll always be a piece in my heart.
He's lying.
Always be a piece in my heart. I will never forget.
I think the moment Estime crosses the goal line for that second touchdown, Dave will be ring shopping.
Here's what I will guarantee you. If Estime scores 1 touchdown in that game, I'm gonna be all over the text message. You're gonna hear it. And then if he scores the second one, you're not gonna hear anything from me. And you're gonna be worried. You're gonna be like, oh my God, what is he planning? Dave hasn't said anything. We haven't heard from him in 2 days. The show is tonight. what is going to happen? What is going on? That's when you're going to be scared.
Oh, that's right. So I just think, Kevin, I think the Saints are a couple of wins and a couple of really good Shuck performances. I think the Saints are, and I don't know how I feel about this, they're really close, or not fairly close, to being the trendy hipster pick for 2026 of people, like the Arizona Cardinals were this past year. I don't know how I feel about that, but I think we're getting really close. Like, we're like 2 good Shuck games away from the Mina Kines and the Solaks and the Nate Tices, the Saints being the hipster trendy pick in 2026.
I can believe that, and I'm fine if the Saints kind of go under the radar. I don't need everybody to sort of jump on the bandwagon as a sleeper wild card team for 2026. Yeah, I don't need that rolling into the season. Give me that maybe like week 4. Give me that by week 4.
Yeah, it scares me. I like the Saints being under the radar. Just saying. All right, Tom, it's time for mailbag.
Okay. So the first question comes. Damn it. And I gotta be honest with you guys. This question wasn't staged. Unless. Yeah, Ralph mentioned this shit. Ralph mentioned this shit. Like, he doesn't read the questions. I do. Like, this question isn't staged, guys. Let me read it. Saints Rabbit asks, it's time for you to play matchmaker. Looking at Mark Ingram and Latavius Murray, it's obvious that Dave has a type. What running back in the draft class has the best chances of rekindling Dave's man love of running backs?
Oh, this is
I don't,
Kevin.
I mean, I do have a type. I mean, I like a good strong power back, a guy who's gonna run right up the middle and
who's gonna overpower you.
Maybe, take a few guys with him if he has to. And that being said, look, I've been laser focused on one college team this season, and only one, and they happen to be in the playoffs. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention. Oh, look, what's that right there? Oh, sorry. Anyway,
I mean, Kevin, there's one obvious answer for this that could rekindle Dave's
what is that?
Romantic frame.
Okay, wait. Actually, I do have. Okay, actually, you can make your. This is a non-running back. You know who I would love to have is the Washington, the tight end from the Steelers. I want that guy, that
James
huge
Washington?
giant guy. Yes,
Darnell
I want him. Yeah, whatever. I want him. I want that guy.
No,
that guy.
I was going to say,
awesome.
Kevin, the running back from Notre Dame, Love, is his name. That
right, but he seems more like the write up on him is that he's more Ashton Genty, and I don't know that Latavius Murray and Mark Ingram would give Ashton Genty vibes. What did I say?
Ashton.
Did I not say Latavius?
You did, but I'm just making a joke. Latavius.
Here's the thing with me, in a football sense, about running back with the Saints, Kevin. I worry that if the Saints would trade down, like dream scenario, trade down and pick Jeremiah Love, or pick a running back even in the second round, if Jeremiah Love, if he fell and whatever. My concern is the Saints could end up like the Raiders, in that the Raiders this past year were like our offensive line sucks, but you know what will fix our running game? If we just get a good running back. And Genty has been an extreme disappointment for the Raiders. Now, I know the Raiders have a ton of other problems, But like the
Is that
Saints, if they
Gentry's
don't
fault
fix-
though? I mean, like, are they blocking for him? Are they giving him?
No, but that's
help?
what I'm
Like,
saying. If you get a good running back for the Saints and you don't fix the guard problem, is your running back going to disappoint you? Like I feel like the Saints.
Well, that's
until you
why-
get that
that's why
line
I'm saying-
straight,
that's
you
why I said-
shouldn't be picking a running
Yeah,
back.
well, and that's right, and that's why I said on the Bane show, I wasn't joking. If we win a few games here, we're going to slide down. We're going to end up picking 10th or 11th or 12th, and we're not going to need a quarterback. And honestly, it ain't sexy, but the best pick for us is probably taking yet another offensive line person to help fix the situation. To
Kevin,
make sure you're helping your running back, like we're talking about, and make sure you're protecting your new quarterback who you think might be the next guy.
Kevin, if the Saints pick 12th and they pick a guard at 12 or another offensive lineman, Saints Twitter will lose their freaking minds. But on the flip side, like the Saints, they got to fix the offensive line. And you can't fix the offensive line by doing nothing. And I know it'll make people mad, but they got to add in free agency, and I think they got to draft.
This is why you've got to. This is why you've got to trade down. This is why you have to trade down. If they finish, look, let's say they finish 5-12, and they're picking, 7th or 8th. See if you can shop the pick. If not, then you have a decision to make, and maybe you can hold off until round 2 to grab a guard, but you're going to be looking at what are you hoping? Are you hoping Arvell Reese somehow falls to 7 or 8?
Never, no chance.
I mean, it's unlikely. Do you reach a little bit and grab one of those edge guys that
Bane has the T-Rex arms?
No. There's another guy that's been talked about in our mock draft channel. I think his name's Bailey. He's from Texas Tech. People seem high on him. So, do you reach? I mean, hell, if we grabbed Chris Bell, the wide receiver, at 8, that would be considered a reach, even though he's potentially a first-round talent. Do you do that? But if you go ahead and do that, then you have to take a guard. Excuse me, you have to take a guard in the second round. And actually, to answer Saints Rabbit's question, I would say the answer I would go with is Justice Haynes from Michigan, the running back. He's
fantastic.
He's more of a north-south runner, so I'll say that.
All right, I like that. Kevin, I just worry with the Saints, and we talked about it on the main show. Is they could get a little over their skis, and Dave mentioned this as well, where it won't be exactly the same situation because look, the Commanders last year, they went to the NFC Championship game, so they were like reasonably close to the Super Bowl. But in the same sense, you look at them now, they did sort of think, hey, we've got our quarterback. We made this run. We're really close to getting to the Super Bowl, and they weren't.
That's
like
really
they just,
depressing. Yeah, wow.
They just won
That's
a bunch
really
of close
depressing to think
games,
about.
and
I hate that comparison.
No, but they won a bunch of close games. They thought they were close, and they weren't. And like the Saints need to like take a breath and like do the thing that they did this past year. Get 8, 9, 10 picks in the draft and like take your time. Like I know you got Tyler Shuck. I know he's old. I know he's only on the 4-year second round pick contract. But like don't rush it. And I feel like if they win 5 or more games, like I feel like that's a very distinct possibility with Loomis.
But you're comparing to Washington. I mean, like they lost their quarterback. Like their quarterback got injured.
Yeah, but their roster is bad and it's really, really old. just saying. Thomas, what's next?
No, look. I don't want to make any mistakes that Washington mistakes that makes. I'll tell you that. Like, the Commanders make tons and tons and tons of mistakes all the time throughout their franchise history, whatever name you want to call them. So I feel like they're not a good role model, and so no, I don't want to follow whatever they're doing.
Commandos.
The Commanders, yeah. So that's a good point. So Thomas, what's next?
All right, final question of the mailbag belongs to a gentleman called Missing Drew Brees. He asks, assuming for a minute that Chuck continues to play well and we end up winning 3 or 4 of these remaining games, did we wait too long before making the switch at QB? Given how the rest of the teams in the NFC South are playing, is there a world where we could have won our division if we had started Chuck sooner?
Mathematically, yes. There's possibly we could have won a few extra games if we had started him sooner, and then that would have put us in the running for the division. Yes, but to answer the original question, did we not? I want to make sure. Did we wait too long before making the switch at QB to Chuck? I'm going to say no, and my reason for that is if we had switched sooner, I feel like we had to let Rattler dig his own grave. Like we really had to let him. We had to give him the his shovel. Time. We had to give him ample time, ample games, ample sample size, so you could say, look, we gave him 8 games. We gave him this many. He is now 0-10 through 2 seasons, counting also last season. Like, yeah, he's had his chance. He hasn't done anything. We have to get rid of him. Compared to if you get rid of him too early after 3-4 games or whatever, and you've talked the whole time about all the Rattler stands on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter all the time, but you're interacting with all these people on social media and on Twitter. And if you cut him too soon, you don't cut off those people. You give them life. You give them oxygen because it's not enough time. And they can say, oh, we only got 4 games. It's not enough time, blah, blah, blah. No, let them hang themselves with their own rope by giving him half the season. Whoa. And let's end this.
Kevin, I hate to agree with Dave, but I think.
Well, you don't have to hate it. I mean, just because Dave's right, Dave is correct. Like I said,
listen, giving Dave credit.
I said, God, I wish I knew where this was. I wish I knew what show this was. I don't know if it was before the season or if it was maybe during after game 1. It had to have been preseason. It had to have been during the preseason. But I said we do not expect the team to do that well. And I think you were asking me, when should Chuck be starting, or should he get a chance to start? And I had said, let Rattler play long enough. Let him play. I don't care if he's bad for 3 games or 4 games or whatever. Let him play as long as necessary before you give him the hook. Make it abundantly clear that he is not the guy. It should be abundantly clear.
I think he even wanted Carolina to be his Chuck's first start. But I think you said, you might even said, like, when Rattler gets the hook, it just has to be completely permanent, and everybody understands it, and that's what they did.
Yeah, exactly.
I think putting Chuck, I think starting the season with Chuck or rolling with Chuck by week 4 or 5 or something. I don't think Chuck was ready. I really don't. I don't think. Listen, Moore drafted this guy. This was Moore's guy. Do you really think that Moore wasn't going to start this guy if he didn't really believe he was ready?
That's right.
If Moore believed he was capable of starting, he would have rolled him out in week 1 and said, and it would have been, haters or disagreeers or whatever be damned, I'm rolling with my guy in week 1. No,
Yeah.
he rolled with Rattler because in his mind, Rattler was at least ready to start. And
That's right.
guess what? So far, it has worked out in a sense. Again, we knew this team wasn't going to be good. They have not disappointed in that regard. They have not surprised anybody.
Yeah.
Instead, Rattler dug his own grave, got enough rope, whatever metaphor or whatever metaphor you want to use for it. And then he got the hook, and then we put the rookie in, and I guess sitting on the bench for those 8 weeks or whatever did something, had to help in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So he learned and just saw from sitting on the bench, and this has worked out. It's worked out.
Dave, my theory is all along the Saints were like, Rattler's going to play, and we're going to start Shuck against Carolina in Carolina. And that was the plan all along. But the Rattler horrific goal line pick six disgusted Kellen Moore so much that he yanked Rattler and was like, I'm done. I'm done. And they started him against the Rams just because Kellen Moore had like the pick six was so egregious he couldn't stand it anymore.
I mean, can you blame him? Can you? What's the problem here? Is there an issue here? Are you upset? Does that bother you? No. Like it was egregious.
Yeah.
That was a ridiculous goal line multi-down stand, and then he just pissed it away. When the second the second throw? Wasn't the first play?
I think it was the second throw.
It was the first one. Yeah.
Are you sure it was the first throw?
I think it was the first play after. It was the first play after the goal line stand.
All right, I'm going to go back and check that.
Sure.
Tampa Bay.
Anyway.
I'm going to check it. Don't worry.
Not that it matters. Because
No, I know, but it would be nice if I can at least get that right.
I don't know, Dave. The first, if it was the second play, it's still egregious, but the first play makes it like just in like going to
I think it might have been his first test. Like there might have been a handoff before that.
I don't think there was.
I don't know.
I don't think there was.
What was it?
Look, I would never argue with you and remember Saints plays. Okay,
Yeah. So, thanks for the questions, guys. As always, we love the questions. Mailbag, send them to us. If we don't get to them on the main show, we get to them here. And listen, once the season is over, we'll go back to the full mailbag where we'll answer way more questions. But we're trying to do a preview for the YouTube. And by the way, people watch on the YouTube. Thomas, you forgot to tell me to do it. Leave a comment. It helps us, and it doesn't cost you anything. You should do it. It was the second play. No,
it was the third play because the first play there was a penalty called on Trevor Penning for a false start. Then there was a 9-yard pass to Kamara. Then there was the interception return.
Oh, gross.
So 3 plays.
3 plays.
Well, the first
anyway,
it's a dead ball foul.
Thanks.
Okay, fine.
To everyone that supports the show, go to patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour and get that offer for the holidays. It's amazing. You should do it if you're not a patron already. Thanks to Kevin. Thanks to Dave for hanging out with me for the mailbag and the Carolina preview. Thanks to Thomas running the show back at Poland, best producer on earth. I am so very drunk, Kevin. And we will see you Sunday about 6:30, 7 o'clock after the Panthers game. Until then, the bar is closed.